timeless Stoic habits for a meaningful life. Have you ever paused for a moment to truly reflect on what makes life meaningful? What sets apart those who move through life with quiet confidence, peace, and clarity from those who constantly feel overwhelmed, stressed, or stuck in cycles of dissatisfaction? Imagine waking up each morning not with a sense of dread or anxiety, but with a genuine excitement for the day ahead. It might seem idealistic, perhaps even unrealistic, but is it really? Or have we simply lost touch with a few simple yet profound principles that our ancestors once understood deeply? Before we continue, hit that subscribe button. Things are about to get hotter. Thousands of years ago, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus faced immense challenges, uncertainty, hardship, and constant adversity. Yet, instead of being crushed by their difficulties, they thrived. They found strength, purpose, and inner peace, even in the midst of chaos. How did they do it? What was their secret? Today, we're going to explore something timeless. 12 simple, practical Stoic habits that have the power to transform your life, starting right now. This isn't about abstract philosophy or distant ideals. It's about small, intentional daily practices that anyone can apply. These habits, drawn from the wisdom of those who faced life's harshest realities, can bring clarity, resilience, and a deeper sense of purpose to your everyday life. But as we journey through them, keep one question in mind. What if the key to a happier, more meaningful life isn't in big, dramatic gestures, but in the quiet, consistent habits that shape our thoughts and actions each day? Let's find out together. 1. Daily journaling, a conversation with yourself. Have you ever felt like your mind is stuck in a loop, replaying the same worries and thoughts over and over? Like having too many tabs open on your computer, your mind becomes cluttered, making it hard to focus or find peace. What if there were a simple ancient practice to quiet this mental noise, something accessible to anyone at any time? That practice is journaling. When I say journaling, I don't mean recording every mundane detail of your day or trying to sound poetic. I mean having an honest, unfiltered dialogue with yourself, a chance to step back and examine your thoughts with clarity. This is not a modern self-help technique. It's a practice that has been relied upon for thousands of years. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, kept a private journal, his Meditations. He wrote about patience, gratitude, and virtue, often late at night or early in the morning, as a way to remind himself of the kind of person he wanted to be. If one of history's most powerful leaders found clarity and strength in journaling, perhaps we can too. Think of journaling as wiping a foggy windshield clean. Throughout the day, stress and emotions build up, clouding our perspective. Writing down your thoughts, even briefly, is like clearing that fog. It allows you to see solutions and paths that were previously hidden. Scientific research backs this up. Studies show that expressive writing significantly reduces stress and anxiety, improves mood, and even strengthens the immune system. But beyond the science, the real power of journaling lies in its ability to deepen self-awareness, provide emotional clarity, and create a more intentional life. You don't need to write for hours. Just 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Ask yourself simple questions. How am I really feeling today? What's weighing on my mind? What am I grateful for? The key isn't perfection, it's honesty and consistency. Months from now, as you flip through old entries, you'll notice patterns in your thoughts and behaviours. You'll see how challenges that once seemed overwhelming now appear small. This simple habit fosters growth, resilience, and a stronger connection to yourself in a world that constantly pulls your attention outward. 2. Walking, freeing the mind. Have you ever been stuck on a problem only to suddenly find the answer while taking a walk? It's remarkable how something as ordinary as walking can have such extraordinary effects on the mind. Throughout history, great thinkers have recognized this power. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "All truly great thoughts are conceived by walking." Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, believed walking was essential for clearing the mind and calming the soul. Why does walking work so well? One reason is that it gently distracts us from overthinking. When we're stuck at a desk, our thoughts can become rigid and repetitive. But when we step away and start moving, our minds begin to wander naturally, often leading to fresh insights. The repetitive, rhythmic motion of walking creates a quiet mental space where new ideas can emerge. Modern science supports this ancient wisdom. Studies show that walking reduces stress, improves mood, and significantly enhances creativity and problem solving. Even a short walk around the block or through a park can refresh your mind and provide clarity. Picture this: you're struggling with a task, feeling stuck and frustrated. Instead of forcing yourself to push through, you take a break and go for a walk. As your breathing slows and your muscles relax, your thoughts start to shift. Before you know it, the solution appears almost effortlessly. From a Stoic perspective, walking is a practice of simplicity and presence, two essential elements of their philosophy. It reconnects us to the present moment, clears mental clutter, and reminds us to focus on what's within our control. In today's world of constant screens and distractions, walking is almost revolutionary. It requires no technology, no special skills, just a willingness to step away and let your thoughts breathe. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, follow the example of the Stoics. Take a walk, observe your surroundings, and see how your perspective shifts. 3. Small daily progress, the Stoic secret to mastery. Why do so many ambitious goals fall apart after a few weeks? We often believe that achieving something meaningful requires massive, dramatic effort. But in reality, true mastery rarely comes from big leaps. It comes from small, consistent steps taken each day. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus once said, "Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily." Meaningful change isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. Consider learning a musical instrument. At first, mastering the piano or guitar seems overwhelming. The notes, chords, and rhythms all feel too complex. But those who succeed don't practice for hours on end at the start. Instead, they commit to small, regular sessions, just 10 or 20 minutes a day. Over time, these modest efforts build extraordinary skill. The same principle applies to fitness, learning, personal growth, or emotional resilience. The reason daily routines are so powerful is that they shape us gradually, almost invisibly, into the person we aspire to become. Improving just 1% each day might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time it creates remarkable transformation. Marcus Aurelius understood this well. In his journal, he reminded himself daily of the virtues he wished to cultivate: patience, courage, justice, and wisdom. He didn't expect perfection overnight, only steady progress. This mindset frees us from the anxiety of immediate results. Instead of seeking instant gratification, we embrace patience and persistence. We trust the process, knowing that each small effort contributes to a greater goal. The next time you feel overwhelmed by a big ambition, remember Epictetus's wisdom. Progress is not luck, it's daily effort. Focus on one small step you can take today, then take another tomorrow. Over time, these small actions will build momentum, quietly transforming you into the person you want to be. These are just the first few habits the Stoics lived by, each one simple yet powerful in its ability to bring clarity, resilience, and purpose. As we continue exploring more of their timeless wisdom, ask yourself, what small change can I make today that will lead to a better, stronger version of myself tomorrow? Stoicism teaches us to embrace discomfort, not as something to be feared, but as a tool for growth. By deliberately exposing ourselves to small, manageable, hardships, such as waking up earlier, taking a cold shower, or pushing ourselves a little further in a workout, we train our minds to become more resilient. Discomfort stops being something we avoid and instead becomes something with some kept visual reminders, like a skull or an hourglass. Not as symbols of gloom, but as gentle nudges to stay present, grateful and intentional. Today, we often live as if we have unlimited time, constantly postponing happiness or meaningful pursuits for some vague later. But Memento Mori reminds us that the future is never guaranteed. That truth isn't meant to frighten us, it's meant to wake us up. It urges us to act now, to be present today, and to stop waiting to live. Imagine how this shift in perspective might change the way you approach your daily life. Would you hold on to grudges as tightly? Would you delay telling someone you love them? Would you keep putting off your dreams? Perhaps you'd be more patient with others, more appreciative of simple joys, and more courageous in pursuing what truly matters. This mindset doesn't just help us live more fully, it also strengthens our resilience. By accepting that life is temporary, we become less afraid of uncertainty and loss. We stop clinging to what we can't control and start focusing on what we can, fully experiencing each day with gratitude and purpose. So take a moment today, even if just briefly, to reflect on the gift of being alive. Let the awareness of life's impermanence shape your choices, not with fear, but with a renewed sense of purpose. Because when we truly remember that time is limited, we stop wasting it and start living. And speaking of living wisely, the Stoics placed immense value on continuous learning, particularly through reading and deep reflection. How can seeking wisdom through books and study help us navigate life with greater clarity and purpose? Let's explore that next. Have you ever noticed how much we instinctively avoid discomfort? We prefer warmth over cold, ease over struggle, and convenience over challenge. But what if, instead of fearing discomfort, we embraced it on purpose? The Stoics believed in voluntary discomfort, intentionally exposing themselves to small hardships to build mental toughness. Seneca, for example, would fast, take cold baths, or sleep on the floor, not as punishment but as training. By choosing discomfort in minor ways, they became better prepared for life's inevitable difficulties. Think about taking a cold shower. At first it's shocking, but after a moment you steady your breath and adapt. The discomfort passes, and you've proven to yourself that temporary hardship isn't as bad as it seems. This kind of practice strengthens resilience, making everyday stresses easier to handle. In today's world, constant comfort can make us fragile. Even minor setbacks feel overwhelming. But just as athletes push through tough workouts to build strength, we can train our minds by stepping outside our comfort zones. Small choices, skipping a meal, walking instead of driving, or enduring mild cold, remind us that we're stronger than we think. The goal isn't to suffer needlessly, but to develop resilience. By voluntarily facing discomfort now, we prepare ourselves to handle life's bigger challenges with calm and confidence. Have you ever faced a situation that felt unfair or frustrating? Something completely out of your control? Maybe it was losing a job, dealing with health issues, or facing a personal setback. Our natural reaction is often resistance, frustration, or even despair. But the Stoics offered a radically different approach, not just accepting these challenges, but embracing them fully. This mindset is captured in the phrase amor fati, love of fate. It's not about passive acceptance or resignation, it's about actively seeing every event, even the difficult ones, as an opportunity for growth. Nietzsche called it his formula for human greatness, not merely enduring hardships but learning to love them. At first this seems impossible. How can we love setbacks or pain? But consider times in your life when difficulties ultimately led to growth. Maybe a career loss pushed you toward something better, or a tough breakup led to healthier relationships. Often we only appreciate these lessons in hindsight. The Stoics challenge us to find that perspective now, in the moment, rather than years later. Marcus Aurelius, despite wars, betrayals, and personal loss, reminded himself daily to embrace life as it is. He saw each challenge as a chance to practice patience, resilience, and wisdom. We can do the same. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? We can ask, what can I learn from this? Practicing amor fati means shifting our perspective. When difficulties arise, instead of resisting, we can pause and look for meaning. This doesn't mean denying pain, it means choosing to respond with strength rather than suffering. Over time, this mindset brings a deep sense of peace. Imagine waking up each morning ready to embrace whatever comes, not fearing uncertainty, but welcoming it. Life may not always go as planned, but by loving our fate, we free ourselves from frustration and live with greater courage.